Today we're going to learn about absolute value. In mathematics, the absolute value, or modulus, of a real number a, which looks like so, is the numerical value of a without regard to its sign. So, for example, the absolute value of 3 is 3, and the absolute value of negative 3 is also 3. The absolute value of a number may be thought of as the distance from 0. And now for a history lesson. Jean-Robert Argand introduced the term module in French in 1806, specifically for the complex absolute value. And it was borrowed into English in 1866 as the Latin equivalent of modulus. The term absolute value has been used in this sense since at least 1806 in French and 1857 in English. The notation absolute value of a was introduced by Karl Weierstrass in 1841. Other names for absolute value include the numerical value and the magnitude. And now I'm going to show you, if the camera would please come over here, an example of the graph of the equation y equals the absolute value of x. If you plug in the value 3 into x, y equals the absolute value of 3. Y is going to equal 3. Therefore, the point 3, 3 is right here. Then when you plug in negative 3 to x and find the absolute value of negative 3, that's also going to equal 3, giving the point negative 3, 3 right there. And of course, when you plug in 0 for x, the absolute value of 0 is always 0, giving it the origin of 0, 0. And that forms the graph of y equals the absolute value of x. Now I'm going to show you an example of absolute value with subtraction. So we have the absolute value of 7 minus 8 equals x. And we know that 7 minus 8 is negative 1. So you leave the absolute value signs on there, equals x. And what we've learned is that when you're doing absolute value, you disregard the sign. So the x will now equal 1. And there you have the absolute value of 7 minus 8 equals 1.